Kia ora tātou katoa. Ngā mihi e te pāpā, e te rangatira o tēnei paipai tapu, te taonga o te ahika o tēnei o tainui, no reira ka nui te mihi nui kia koutou, te tēnā koe, te chairman o te pauri, o tēnei rōpu, mihi mai, pakatau mai. Tēnā koe, te panaunga kiri, te tangata o pahara keke, tino deadly, e hoa, tino deadly. Ngā mihi. Ko Henare Okeefe taku ingo, ko Ngāti Pro, te iwi o taku māma, ko Ngāti Irish rawa ko Kahunguru, te iwi o taku pāpā. Kia ora tātou katoa. I bid you all well on this day. I want to cut straight to the chase. I'm supposed to be, I've got 40 minutes or so I want to make the most of it. So first and foremost, I greet you in the name of Almighty God. I want this kōrero to pray tell that God will allow the kōrero to flow trippingly from the tip of my tongue so that it would heal and uplift and restore and give you all a sense of value and importance. As a 66-year-old now in my 5th term as a Hastings District Councillor, 200 foster children, 23 years in the freezing works, married to my best friend and confidant lawyer, Pam, for 47 years. And out of that issue, we've had 3 biological children, 1 adopted, 200 foster children. So we've been chewed up and spat out in every which way but loose. I don't tell you this to exaggerate my status. I tell you this to justify my standing here before you. Youth Justice Coordinator for 5-6 years, facilitated something like 2,000 family good conferences, dealt with it all. You name it, I've dealt with it. Not always with a great deal of success, I might add, but I've dealt with it. As I said, I'm in my 5th year as a Hastings District Councillor, and I love it. I love being at the decision-making table and getting things across the line that ordinarily wouldn't happen. I'm also the ambassador for Hastings. It's a bit like being the mayor without the responsibility. And I really like that bit. I'll cut the ribbons, you do the detail. So it's wonderful. Ambassador for the Alan Duff Charitable Foundation. I've traversed this country. I've been from the top of the North Island to the bottom many times, visiting schools, promoting the power of the written word. I've done that for many, and I love that. I just love it. What else can I tell you? Been in Flaxmere since 1971 when we left Ruatoria. There was no work there, so Mum and Dad uplifted us from the bosom of Hikurangi Mountain, from out of from the brink of Waiapu River, and we moved to Heretaunga in 71. When we asked Mum where we were going, she said, we're going to a land flowing with milk and honey. And that's what we've been ever since, and I continue to traverse back to my hometown of Ruatoria. And I would like to live back there one day, and that may not be too far away if God has his way. Look, I work on this proviso. I don't quite know what your expectations are of me, but I work on this. Everybody wants to be loved. Everybody wants a sense of value. Everybody wants to feel important. So let's come from that, shall we? But first and foremost, I want to salute you. I've been a volunteer for many. We don't get paid for what we do. I get paid something like $42,000 a year to be a councillor. The other I glean from the odd speaking occasion such as this. But Pam and I stopped the world and jumped off. We jumped off many, many years ago because we wanted to dance to our tune. We gave up. I wouldn't suggest you all do this. We gave up all our worldly possessions. So as I stand before you here today, Pam and I own nothing. We don't own a house, we own nothing. But we've got so many projects going on, we just can't keep up with it. We've just cultivated these relationships to the degree where they'll lay down their lives for you and we would lay down our lives for them. That's the sort of commitment I demand from a relationship. If you cannot do that, go and pick apples. Go and pick apples. And so, we started the Flaxmere Boxing Academy. We launched the 2020 Flaxmere Heroes calendar Just the other night, we've been doing that since 2009. We put bikes into every school in Flaxmere, brand new bikes, 30 brand new bikes into every school, cycle track. We've got a community garden, 5.3 hectares. It's open 24/7. People just go in and help themselves. The Flaxmere Boxing Academy, we're creating champions in the ring. We're creating warriors in the ring and champions in the home. And that's not an exaggeration. We had our first New Zealand champ just the other week. The first time a New Zealand champ in that 60-kilo weight has come out of Hawke's Bay in 40 years. And this is a man, a young boy, that was told, you're useless, you're gutless, you will never amount to anything. Well, in your face, everybody. So I want to come from that. So what can I tell you? Two-bedroom tin shack on the brink of the Waipu River, down Waimatatini Road. Dirt floors, boxes for cupboards, sugar bags on the windows. Candlelit dinners were the norm in our home. Wasn't exactly romantic, but all the cooking was done on the open fire. I wish to God I could take this generation back and plonk them in that two-bedroom tin shack. I wish to God we all had a two-bedroom tin shack to go back to. It was there. I had a father. Well, I had more than a father. I had a daddy. Anybody can be a father. This man was a daddy. Big, strong, powerful. Just gentle, kind, and loving and caring. A man of the land. So he showed me what a daddy was. I had a mum, typical Ngāti Pro, Waine, called a spade. Yes was yes, no was no. So we lived down Waimatatini Road, brought up. We marinated in that, the opulence of that whare on a daily basis. And how's this for whakapapa? Just down the road, we had Se Api Ranangata in the bungalow. Just the other side of him was Dame Iritana Te Whiwhirangi. She wasn't a dame then, she was my school teacher. Over the back of us was the Parata family, Hekia and their family. Across the river was the infamous Māori journalist, Derek Fox. Next to him was the legendary All Black fullback, George Napier. Just down the road was Sir Arnold Reedy, Sir Tamati Reedy. Then there was Parakura a little further on, Amster Reedy. All of these, and Whaia Maklachi, of course, we've all heard about the great Ngāti Pro Wahine orator, who once was challenged on the Pai when she stood up, and forgive me for being just a trifle graphic, and this Tanya stood up and said, "E hoa, e noho, turi tō waha." And went, "Sit down, shut up." She pulled up her skirt and said, "E hoa, you shut up, you came out of here." That's a story that even all these years is littered around the country. So I was raised in the bosom of all of that, not being aware of it, but I was. I was raised amidst all of that, and I discovered in later adulthood what I was marinating in on a daily basis. So that was the foundation for everything, really. It was the foundation for everything. So what have I done? What have Pam and I done? I'm the chairman of our marae back home, and arguably, possibly the busiest marae in Hawke's Bay. Kāre e whakapapa hapu, this marae. It's mātāwaka, or urban marae, multicultural. My mum and dad, and they had the foresight to build this marae. It's a marae for all people. We just had the ambassador for Indonesia there. And it's a marae for all people. It's very welcoming, not dissimilar to other maraes. So as a 66-year-old, I can't believe the world that I'm walking in now. I can't believe where I am now. I just cannot believe it. I cannot believe that I'm standing here before you right now. But here's what I want to say to you in the short time we have allocated. I don't want to talk to the social worker. I don't want to talk to the CEO. I don't want to talk to the social worker. I want to talk to the mother and the father that resides within you. Hold that thought for a moment. I'll tell you why. Because there's no such thing as a bad baby. There is no such thing as a bad baby. They're not born like that. They are not born. When they come out of the womb, you cut that umbilical cord. They're beautiful, they're soft, they're nice, they smell nice, they're cuddly, they woo and coo in your arms. They reduce us men to a childlike status. They're born pure. And the only thing that can add value to that, nurture it and cultivate it into the citizens that we want them all to be, is that matriarchal and patriarchal constitution that resides within you. Whose womb did they sit in? Child, Youth and Family? Oranga Tamariki? Te Tai Whenua o Heretonga? New Zealand government? Whose womb was that child domiciled in? It was yours. How do you put that into a KPI or an output? How do you? Whose bosom did that child suckle on? What's the name of that child? John Oranga Tamariki? John New Zealand government? Mary Ardern? No. Let that matriarchal constitution within you run rampant. That's what you're anointed to do. Covet that matriarchal constitution. Be a mother first and a school teacher second. Be a mother first and a lawyer second. Be a mother first and a social worker second. That's where the magic is. That's where the solution is. We proved it. I'm walking the talk. Mine eyes have seen the glory of the matriarchal constitution. I've been to the mountaintops. I've seen the promised land. That matriarchal constitution. You cannot legislate that. We're looking for all. We're bringing people from overseas, consultants here, consultants there, paying them big money. And the solution is sitting right under our noses. It's that simple, we're missing it. They looked for Jesus when he came into Jerusalem. They thought he'd come in on a BMW or a Lexus. He was on a donkey. They missed it. And people, we are missing it today. That matriarchal constitution, that's where the solution lies. But it's not on its own. Not on its own. Men, our patriarchal constitution. This country's littered with fathers, but I'm looking for daddies. I'm looking for daddies. Men, you, me, we are the protectors of that matriarchal constitution. We are the hunters. We are the gatherers of said matriarchal constitution. That's our anointed pilgrimage. That's the sojourn that God intended us to walk, to protect, to be the shield, to be the buckler, to be the protector, to stand up and embrace and adulate that matriarchal constitution. Therein lies a solution. Therein lies a solution. How do you put that into a KPI? Government has said to let go of the reins. Let go. Give us a go. Give us a go. The same people that have the issues, those same people have the solutions. Give them a go. Of course they'll stuff up, but give them a go. I've said this to many governments, if we don't deliver, we'll give you your money back. Or we'll give you our money back. I hope that makes sense to you. I just hope that my mum, dad always said, out of that 2-bedroom tin shack, son, you can give without loving, but you can't love without giving. You know, if while pursuing distant dreams, your bright hopes turn to grey, don't wait for your reassuring words or hands to lead the way. For self will you find a soul with dreams the same as yours? Not often will another help you pass through untried doors. If inner forces urge you to take a course unknown, you be ready to go all the way. Yes, all the way alone. Now, that's not to say you shouldn't draw lessons from the best. Just don't depend on lauding words to spur you on your quest. Find confidence within your heart and let that be your guide. Strive even harder towards your dreams and they won't be denied. Are you feeling the love? Are you feeling the love? All those words have come out of my 66 years of trials and tribulations and ups and downs. We said, Lord, we're going to do this, you better cover our butts. And we've been bonded to ever since. And what a journey it's been. What a journey. They always said that God Almighty is the treasure hidden in the field of prayer. Would you kind of incorporate a little bit of prayer into your curriculum? They said God Almighty is the treasure hidden in the field of prayer. I love that. Let me tell you something about children. If you choose to make children your vocation, let's suggest, we're talking about children, talking about families. I feel the Spirit leading me in that direction. What do you need? Say you came up to me, the supposedly guru, which I'm not. I want to make children my vocation. I want to be a mum, a dad. I want to be a social worker, a school teacher. I want to work for a trust. I want to nurture and nourish all these children. I want to start youth programs. I want to start them up. Henare, what do I need? One of the first things I'd say to you, I said, well, you're going to need a sense of humour. You must have the ability. Ko nei te rongo, anei te rongo o te matua nui te rangi. Laughter is the music of the soul. Get the joy back into our work. Get the laughter back into those homes. Laughter is a beacon. It's a beacon in the dark. Don't underestimate it. It's not an exaggeration. Smiling is infectious. You catch it like the flu. When someone smiled at me today, I started smiling too. I passed around the corner, then someone saw my grin. When he smiled, I realized I passed it on to him. Now I thought about that smile and I realized it works. A single smile, just like yours, could travel the whole earth. So if you feel a smile begin, don't leave it undetected. Let's start an epidemic quickly and get the world infected. Time. Let the matriarch, patriarch within you, which is so creative and innovative, let it admonish those children. Let it chide the children. Let it nurture them. Let it out. Let the humor out. Let it out. I mean, take teenagers, for example. They're legends in their own minds, aren't they? They are legends in their own minds. They live in a generation that says, we won it yesterday. And we know the temptations that permeate throughout this land, drugs, alcohol. We all know it. We all know that they have the inclination, not only young but the old, to partake of artificial stimulants. And my dad used to say, son, the only thing should go in your lungs is air. If God wanted you to smoke, he would have put a chimney in the top of your head. And he's quite right, of course. Are you sucking on a joint? Go ahead. Go ahead. Are you popping any pills? Go ahead. Go ahead. What happens when you're drunk and your blood comes down to you? And I've forgotten the words. What I'm saying to you, when it comes to our youth, the artificial stimulants that they tend to harbour, what are they doing? They're attempting to fill a void. Methamphetamine is filling a void. Marijuana is filling a void. It is an imitation of the real thing. I'll come back to the rap a little later. It is an imitation of the real thing. They are filling that void. There's a void. They're missing that matriarch. They're missing that patriarch in their lives. Does that make any sense to you? Do you think you could add this to your repertoire, to your curriculum? Do you think next time you traverse that home, do you think next time the rhetoric flows from you and you're in the midst of that family, that your humour, your matriarch, your patriarchal constitution would kick in? It would go beyond the KPIs It would go beyond the output, and you would know that you don't turn it on at 9 o'clock and turn it off at 4:30 p.m. That it's a continuous momentum of passion, of love. You know, there's no rest for the wicked, and the righteous need none. So would children. I mean, take teenagers. You know that being a teen can be the coolest scene. You get to hang out a lot. You get to strut what you got. The problems that nightlife do give you a buzz. You party so hard you forget who you was. You re-energize the following day to party some more, to make you happy. I love this life of being a teen, of having studs in my nose and hair full of gel cream. Although at times, my mum and dad, their words of caution do make me mad. Weren't they once a teen like me? Or have they forgotten their history? The ups and downs of teenagehood. But look at us now. We came out good. Oh, trust me, Mum. Oh, trust me, Dad. They'll never forget the love they've had, or due to you, they're best of friends. They may stray, but they'll be back again. They must answer the call. They must stand when they fall. They have to step forward, be staunch to the call. Then you will see the best in me. No feeling, no pain, you will trust them again. So you see, Mum and Dad, the lessons you taught will carry them through. Now give that some thought. Throw that into your kettle. Throw it into your kettle. But if you want to know the truth, here is really where I'm coming from. And I have to get this out there. I've got to get it out there. It would be remiss of me not to. But don't forget the sense of humour. For example, let's do a little bit more on the humour, then we'll get a bit more serious. You got to take advantage of it because it works. I just laughed my way up and down the length and breadth of this country. For example, I had some of my mates phone me. True story. I've embellished it a little bit, but true story. Phone call went something like this. One of my Pākehā mates. Henare. Hey, brother, long time no hear. Henare, we want to come to Flaxmere. I want to bring some of my friends. And we want to go on your marae. We want to show them around the marae and talk about the marae. I said, oh, we'd be honoured. We'd love to have you. So, of course, they arrived, 30 of them, in fact, at the waharo, te kauwhaua te ngira, the eye of the needle, as we call our waharo, standing there. And, of course, my mum, our matriarch, standing at the front of te moko tangata, our whare nui, and out goes the karanga. So, of course, as you do, start walking towards that voice, the dulcet tones of our matriarch, reverently, respectfully. We get about halfway and there's a tug on my jacket. And my friend goes, Henare. I go, yes, yep. What is she saying? I thought, no, fair question, fair question. Oh, here comes Henare and all his rich Pākehā mates from Auckland. Oh, check out that dude with the leather jacket on. Oh, I hope they got a big koha to give us. Yeah. Even that tangi, even that marae, the staunchest of protocol, there's a place for humour. We've got to chill out, people. We've got to, why? Because we're ostracising ourselves from the very people we need to help. And humour is the bridge that they will walk across from their heart to yours. Try it. I'll guarantee it. Do you like reading books? Yeah, my dear. Okay, I'll tell you what. You spell the word coin for me, and we'll take you to McDonald's for lunch. I was at school at Te Hapua, right up the top. Shane Jones country. Right. So, the first one to spell, girl gets up, she goes, G-O-I-N. I said, no, well, not quite right. Another one goes, K-O-I-N. Just about right. The other boy goes, I can spell coin. I said, go on then, Mohiol. That means know all. He goes, C-O-I-N. Brilliant. You're halfway there. I tell you what, you put that word into a sentence, we're off to McDonald's. He goes, well, if you cannot read, you're not coin anywhere. Not exactly what I wanted to hear. But he got the message. He got the message. Oh, it's lovely to see the humour bouncing off the walls, to see you being rejuvenated and healed, and the odd tear cascading down your cheeks. That's not man-made. That's the architect. That's how God built us. I have to share this, and I'm going to show you another quick video. I got baptised, 66 years, I got baptised. I don't know, I just need to share this. I just wanted to. So I phoned a mate of mine that happened to be a pastor. He's a South African, Pastor Cliff Cherry. He goes to, I said, mate, I want to be baptised. I'm not asking to join any church. I just feel this deep, yearning urge to go under the water. He said, sure, we can do that. So we went to Flaxmere, and my daughter got a bit of a paddling pool around the back of their house. And so, yeah, so that's true. To get around there, I walk around there. But Flaxmere's there. The mayor's there. Members of Parliament are there. And I'm thinking, gee, this God's a very popular chap. It's true. They've even filmed it. So we get around there, and I'm thinking, oh, I'll tell you why. You can take this or not. This voice says to me, Henare O'Keefe, I'm going to take your 66 years of living. I'm going to take the walls of Jericho. I'm going to take the parting of the Red Sea. I'm going to take Matthew, Mark, Luke, Acts, Romans, Genesis, Exodus, Leviticus, Numbers, Deuteronomy, Joshua, Judges, Ruth, 1st and 2nd Samuel. I'm going to take David and Goliath. I'm going to take Moses and Noah. I'm going to take all of that. I'm going to take your 200 foster children. I'm going to take your 47 years of marriage. Guess what, Henare? I'm going to put it all together, and I'm going to meet you in the water. And I think, I'm not going in there. And that's exactly what happened. And I got baptized. All my grandchildren were in the water, and all these people were singing and doing hakas. And is that possibly something you will include in your repertoire? Will it do any harm? Do you think it's time to call on some supernatural assistance and support? You don't have to be baptized. Just maybe utter a few words upstairs. 200 foster children. I can wax lyrical about any one of them. Kylie, who owns 3 Mack trucks. Drives one herself, little blonde girl, blue eyes, 5 foot nothing. Husband drives the other one, employee. You're hopeless, Kylie. No, just go away. Or James, who's a lawyer in Auckland, same thing. Come out of a home that would make Jake the Muss look like a pussycat. Lawyer. Defending the undefendable. That's what he says. And of course, this young chap I want to talk about now and show you about 5 minutes on the video. We've just come back from London. Some anonymous, very wealthy person, obviously, flew us to London about 3 months ago. First class. I've never flown first class in my life. Anybody ever flown first class? Yeah. Tell you what, I never want to fly economy again. Must be beautiful, isn't it? So first class, an apartment in London, picked up by a limousine when we come out of Heathrow Airport. Get a photo. And the reason why they flew us over there, our son made his Covent Garden debut in we sat next to Dame Kitty, and it was unbelievable. Standing ovation, the London Philharmonic Orchestra. we fostered him and his five sisters and his mum. Honestly, he had a crap life. So to cut a long story short, because of time, 2008 he was voted the best opera singer in New Zealand. 2007 he was voted the best Shakespearean actor in New Zealand. Now remember, this is a boy that came out of that matriarchal constitution and for whatever reason walked around the streets with a chip the size of Mount Everest on both shoulders. Come back a bit. One day he said to Pam and I, "Mum, Dad, can we have a chat?" We said, "Yeah, sure, son, sure. Can I talk to you?" So he looked pretty serious. His demeanour illustrated that. He said, "Look, I want to change my name to O'Keefe." And I'm thinking, yeah, let's get him to the lawyer before he changes his mind. O'Keefe will look pretty good in lights, yeah. And here's where's this matriarchal constitution coming. Pam says to me, "Well, hang on, Taiho, hang on a moment. Son, you want to bear our name? It's wonderful. We're honoured. Who wouldn't? You." She said, "I want you to contemplate one thing. I want you to retain your name. We're not saying no. You retain your name. And you put the mana and the integrity back into that name. What about your mum? What about your sisters? Are they going to change their name?" And I'm thinking, damn, why didn't I say that? But I quickly uttered, "Well, you can put it in the middle, O'Keefe." Well, thank God common sense prevailed. We're in London. He was in Carmen, dressed as he's a magnificent looking specimen, skin tight outfit, the matador, and oh my God. We're sitting next to Dame Kitty, who's become a very, without her it wouldn't have happened, I'll tell you now. Without her it wouldn't have happened. And we're sitting there and he walks out on the stage. We're both bawling our eyes out. "Will you believe this? You believe it?" So that's where we just come from. And so I want you to have a look at this. It's about 5 minutes, so not too long at all. Just have a quick nosy at it. He's now married. We have two Ngāti Welsh mokopuna, Bailey and Logan, and they speak fluent Welsh. They go to the equivalent of a kohanga over there. And they also kōrero Māori as well, and he makes sure of that. So the journey of Pam and I is to traverse this country, the length and breadth of looking for Philip Rhodes, the daddy, the mother, the architect, the teacher. So I hope there's a message that you can take for you personally as well as professionally. But at the end of the day, this country, within Māoridom, it needs mothering. It needs fathering. That's really what it needs. And it needs to be done with humility and honesty and openness. Kare rupahu. There's no place for BS. You don't have to compromise your values, your morals. I'm not perfect, but guess what? I'll never lie to you. My dad used to say, "Son, tell him the truth and tell him quickly." Very wise man, my dad. So, hey, thank you so much for listening to me today. Bless your hearts. I'm going to be here. I think I'll fly out at 3 o'clock, I think. Head back to the tea towel at the marae. How'd it go? Great. Yeah, we'll grab the tea towel. That's true. So thank you so much for listening to me. Mā te atua koutou manaaki, tēnā koe te pāpā, e te matua. I know that every grey hair and on your head, every wrinkle in your brow tells a story. And so I want to grab that story and just sprinkle it all over this country. And thank you so much for everything you do. Your exploits aren't always trumpeted from the rooftops, but I can tell you now, God sees it all. Nothing's done in secret. You are appreciated, you are valued. And the things that happen to Pam and I now, it's just wonderful. So don't be weary in doing good, okay? And do it without expectation or want of reward. Do it without expectation or want a reward. If the opportunity is there to do good, don't question it, don't critique it. Sure, you get crapped on, you get your hands burnt, but don't just do it. Just do it.